I thought this course was going to be easy and boring. I never liked speeches in high school because I had fear of talking in front of large groups of people. My first thoughts of public speaking was that we had to read speeches and answer questions at the end of the day based on our experiences. I knew I never wanted to present a speech in front of anyone. When I got out of school, I thought to myself, I would be a worker for the rest of my life and never go to college. So that leads to this point of saying never say never. My first week in class, I told Mr. Venditti that I was nervous about speaking in front of people. Mr. Venditti, your words were encouraging and inspirational, and you told me that I would do fine. I did not understand then, but now I have a clear vision. I've learned not to use the words un, or like in a sentence because it makes people sound unprofessional. I am trying to learn how to avoid swaying back and forth to grab when I speak, as well as having fun when I speak or give a presentation. Utilizing visuals to grab the attentions of the audience and expanding my vocab with my sentences to speak with confidence has been a challenge. I'm still working on. The greatest achievement I have seen about myself this quarter is not to pause in the middle of the sentence, but I must admit I still do it. But I have learned several great other tips that will benefit me not only in the speech or presentation, but also in other areas in my life that that affect me. I would like to thank every one of you for the things I learned from you guys. I learned from Randy how to have fun with speeches. Ali taught me how to not let down my guard and regroup myself and focus on the real problem. Dennis explained to me something about his religion and how he speak in the middle of the cipher. I learned from Red Cow to take pride in my garden, and Galena has shown me how to prepare those ingredients for spicy tomatoes, which I can appreciate. And Donna has her organic herbs and spices in her garden. Overall, all you guys gave me confidence. This confirms what a team really is all about. And anyway, I like to present my portfolio. And the only reason why I chose dogs is because that's what I felt like I was all my life. You know, but we in the barbershop now, so we got a little style and pizzazz with it. So anyway, my first speech was about Muhammad Ali. He was the king of the ring. And this is something that I always had a passion for when I was younger. I used to train like Mike Tyson, and I felt like I was going to be a great boxer one day. I kind of let myself down and did other things. But and my second speech was about a demonstration, which was about the barbershops, how to use razors, clipper cutting, and get facials. And then my third speech was about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King Jr., he was a great inspiration for everybody in this world, you know, and I really appreciate the things he did for everybody. And that's why we celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday. His day. And with job interviews, you know, I really screwed up, you know, but that's where all my confidence came in because I still get nervous time to time, but the thing was that you guys really encouraged me to do great. I knew what the topic was. I can speak in front of anybody, but every time I notice the cameras in my face, I just don't have no confidence in myself. I feel like I'm a little boy and, you know, I'm a little child, and I don't like people looking at me like that, you know, so I get a little nervous about that. And anyway, this is the guy that kind of inspired me when I was younger, and I was influenced by a gang, and this is Alonzo Washington. And he inspired me by his creativity to make the first African American black comic book in Missouri. So with that, me and Dennis in Speech 7 did something, and with unity is power, and power brings peace. You know, and I really like that part about me and him, you know, doing a paired speech together. So anyway, this brings me to my last speech, Speech 7. And the only reason why it ain't talking about reflecting on Speech 7 is because this is just where I'm from, and I like people to know it ain't Kansas. I'm from Missouri. So Kansas City Chiefs is in Missouri, it's not Kansas. Anyway, and this is the thing I like to do is hair designs. As you can see that I display some of my work on the board. That's not all of it, that's just a little bit of it. But anyway, so I like to leave y'all with this humor. And it goes like this. Man, I remember when I first started dating my girlfriend, I wanted to impress her on Thanksgiving. So I invited her family to my apartment for dinner. That day was memorable, was a memorable one because I tried to impress her with a little bit too much. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? When you're trying to impress y'all female. Anyway, I wanted that day to go perfect, but I made a fool of myself. For one, I lied about being a good cook. So I was nervous when I heard the doorbell ring. Thank God it wasn't my girlfriend. It was my girlfriend without her family. I had asked her where everybody was, but she failed to tell me that everybody was on their way. But her mom was getting her purse out the car, and her mom was walking up while I was in the bathroom trying to calm myself down, and the first thing she said to me was, what is that smell? And I replied, oh, that's the fragrance of potpourri, you know? So Mom replied, it smells like something's burning. So I stayed in the bathroom sweating while I used the bathroom, leaving the scent on my own. And I heard a knock on the door. It was my girlfriend asking if I was okay. You know, I told her, baby, I'm all right. You know, it'll be a second. I'll be out in a second. And I was trying to rush my duties and I ran out of toilet paper. And I forgot that the turkey was in the oven. So I heard the doorbell ring, and I tried to hurry up and finish up fast. And I really started sweating and losing my cool. So after 30 minutes in the bathroom, everybody had arrived waiting on me. So I smiled and spoke to everybody, hoping that no one had to use the bathroom. So I was praying that I did not burn that turkey, you know, which I left. That was the last thing I had to make, you know. But I was proud that I finally got done with everything. You know, I was setting up the table and everything was looking so lovely. I was really impressed with myself. I called everyone to the table for us, telling them it's time for dinner. You know, we blessed the food, and at that moment, you know, I felt like the feeling was great. You know, nothing can go wrong. So everybody was passing the food back and forth, and Mom she asked me, why the ham looked like porcupines with all those clothes in it? And I explained that was the way my grandma used to make it. You know, and I asked her to try it, and I explained why nobody ate my food, you know. So I explained that, you know, but anyway, I just guessed that my math was off by a figure of, you know, 10 clovers, and, you know what I'm saying, to a count of 50 clovers. You know, and I began to cut slices of turkey for everybody, and noticed that, you know, what that burning smell was. It was the bag inside that turkey. You know, when you get the turkey and you just forgot to pull the thing. No. Yeah. So I left it in there. So, you know, so I was just smiling, and, you know, while nobody was looking, I just started turning it towards me, you know what I'm saying, and start cutting the slices of turkey off, you know, cut it off and hoping nobody would notice. But when everything was finished, you know, everybody's making their plate, you know, her sister started eating, and she was like, why is the potato salad so crunchy? It's so crunchy. Oh. I still finished it. And anyway, she asked why it's so crunchy, and I told her, you know, that's how they cook it in the Caribbean style, you know. So, you know, I kind of lied because I forgot to take some of the eggshell out.